Tonight, the breaking news as we welcome. I'm David Muir. It's 2:43 a.m. along a fog-draped stretch of Highway 395 near the Arizona-California border, and the cold wind rustles through the pines. In near total darkness, 6 SUVs move silently, carrying contraband that could threaten communities. On a nearby ridge, teams of Navy SEALs and FBI agents wait, camouflaged and alert, while overhead, a Black Hawk scans the terrain with infrared sensors. Tonight's operation is precise, coordinated, and focused on public safety. No combat, just strategy, vigilance, and determination to intercept a dangerous smuggling network before it reaches its destination. The cartel's precision. The convoy moved with remarkable precision, maintaining exact spacing and synchronized speed, a level of discipline that hinted at a highly trained organization. Their communications were encrypted and minimal, with a few bursts of code-like instructions that kept the convoy coordinated. This was no ordinary smuggling group. It was a sophisticated network functioning almost like a small logistical army. The teams on the ridge and along the highway had spent weeks studying their patterns, noting their timing, vehicle types, and routing methods. Decoy trucks, hidden cameras, and motion sensors were all part of a carefully designed intelligence net to ensure that when the convoy appeared, every move could be observed and documented without putting anyone at unnecessary risk. The goal was not confrontation, but interception, evidence collection, and prevention of illegal activities from spilling into populated areas. The surveillance grid. 2 weeks earlier, the FBI had received a tip regarding a new route called the California Bypass. Analysts determined that this route could serve as a critical corridor for smuggling operations, and it was imperative to monitor it closely. Drones patrolled low cloud cover with infrared cameras scanning every heat source at precise intervals, while stationary surveillance equipment and mobile observation posts tracked movements across the highway and surrounding terrain. Even small, subtle details of vehicle's speed, unusual pauses, or alignment changes were logged and analyzed in real time. By layering multiple observation methods, agents created a comprehensive picture of the convoy's potential route, ensuring that when the vehicles arrived, the operation would proceed with maximum efficiency and safety. Preparing the ambush. Navy SEAL teams had set up strategic observation points along ridges and within the surrounding forest, camouflaging equipment and preparing for rapid deployment. Pressure sensors were carefully placed under thin layers of soil, designed to detect vehicle movement without interference from wildlife. Decoy vehicles were positioned along the highway to give the impression of normal traffic, while secretly funneling the convoy into controlled areas. This three-pronged containment strategy involved blocking the forward path, securing rear avenues, and monitoring escape routes through the forest. At every step, the emphasis was on precision, intelligence, and maintaining the integrity of the operation while minimizing any potential risks to the teams or bystanders. First contact. At precisely 2:43 a.m., thermal radar picked up 8 heat signatures emerging from the hillsides. The vehicles moved in perfect formation, spacing consistent with disciplined coordination. The moment had arrived. All the preparation, intelligence gathering, and planning coalesced into a live, real-time operation. The SEALs and FBI agents took positions, adjusting thermal optics, checking comms, and verifying that every team member was ready. The convoy was entering a monitored zone designed to contain them, and all detection systems were active. Every observation point and technological asset was aligned to ensure both public safety and the secure capture of evidence, allowing the teams to respond to any changes without resorting to unnecessary confrontation. Understanding the California Bypass. The California Bypass was more than just a route. It was the backbone of a sophisticated smuggling pipeline. Analysts trace its origin to a simple, previously overlooked mobile device, a burner phone seized in Texas months earlier. Cryptic GPS files labeled CAN4 indicated precise, repeatable paths that avoided conventional surveillance and checkpoints. The FBI recognized the system as one developed with military-style precision. Convoy spacing, timing, encrypted messaging, and counter-surveillance measures were all in place. By tracking the California Bypass, the teams could anticipate movement, prepare safe intercept points, and prevent illegal materials from entering populated areas. Understanding the operational sophistication of the convoy was key to a safe and successful interception. The multi-layered network. The smuggling network itself was highly organized, operating like a small logistical enterprise. Analysts identified 5 distinct layers: legal drivers with clean records, lightly equipped escort vehicles for coordination, technical vehicles carrying jamming or communication equipment, discrete technical stations for vehicle swaps and signal changes, and a central control hub operated remotely. This remote controller, codenamed Shadow Operator, coordinated all aspects of movement through encrypted communication, ensuring the convoy maintained its integrity. By understanding the structure, the FBI and SEAL teams could strategically disrupt the network without unnecessary risk, focusing on evidence collection, preservation of human life, and the prevention of contraband from entering communities. The convoy moves. As the convoy crossed the observation zone, it split into smaller groups, a tactic designed to test the security net. One vehicle deviated toward the forest, another took minor evasive maneuvers along roadside terrain, while the rest increased speed, remaining coordinated. Sensors, thermal cameras, and observation posts tracked every movement, ensuring the teams could adapt to changing conditions while remaining in complete control of the situation. The focus was on observation and containment, capturing evidence of illegal activity while keeping both the convoy occupants and operational teams safe. The methods employed emphasized intelligence, communication, and careful procedural execution rather than confrontation or harm. Interception. Vehicles were gradually brought to a controlled stop using tactical maneuvers designed to contain movement safely. Teams approached vehicles using non-lethal tools and techniques, prioritizing compliance and safety. Occupants were detained, questioned, and secured for transport to appropriate authorities. In many cases, individuals were found to be unwitting participants in the network used by the organization without full understanding of the consequences. The operation transitioned seamlessly into evidence collection, cataloging contraband, electronics, GPS devices, and communications equipment that documented the full structure of the smuggling network. Each item collected added to the comprehensive understanding of how the organization functioned and where further interventions could be made. Capturing the digital trail. From the recovered equipment, analysts uncovered extensive encrypted communications, showing a level of coordination more typical of a professional organization than a criminal street network. Every instruction, timing, and route was meticulously logged and synchronized. This digital evidence allowed authorities to map the network's operations, identify control points, and understand the roles of various participants. By carefully analyzing these communications, the FBI and allied agencies could predict potential future movements and implement preventive measures, strengthening the broader national security and public safety framework. The operation emphasized intelligence, careful tracking, and proactive intervention over reactive or aggressive engagement. Understanding the human element. Many of the individuals found within the convoy were not hardened criminals, but coerced participants or employees who had been manipulated into supporting the operation. Their safety, well-being, and rights were prioritized throughout the interception. Medical checks, warmth, food, and hydration were provided immediately, and teams ensured respectful treatment. By focusing on human factors as well as operational precision, the agencies involved demonstrated that effective law enforcement combines tactical intelligence with empathy and ethical responsibility, ensuring that the law is enforced while safeguarding lives. Operational analysis. Once the convoy was fully contained, the operation shifted to detailed documentation and analysis. Vehicles were photographed, logs recorded, and surveillance footage cataloged. Every route deviation, communications packet, and vehicle maneuver was studied for insight into the network's future actions. By combining field data with historical intelligence, the FBI and SEAL teams could develop comprehensive predictive models for subsequent movements. This analytical work formed the foundation for continued enforcement actions, multi-state operations, and preventive measures designed to disrupt the network without risking unnecessary conflict or harm. A strategic victory. The operation was ultimately a success in several key ways. First, it prevented the distribution of dangerous contraband into populated areas. Second, it rescued participants who may have been coerced or misled. Third, it collected critical evidence detailing the organization, structure, and communication methods of the network, providing law enforcement with tools for further disruption. Finally, it reinforced collaborative practices between multiple agencies, FBI, DEA, DHS, and Navy SEALs, demonstrating how interagency cooperation can achieve complex objectives efficiently and safely. The mission highlighted that precision, planning, and intelligence are far more powerful tools than confrontation alone. Lessons learned. From this operation, agencies derived important insights into high-stakes interdiction operations. The value of comprehensive intelligence gathering, multi-layered surveillance, and contingency planning was reaffirmed. The importance of clear command structures, ethical handling of detained individuals, and meticulous documentation for legal and operational purposes became evident. Future operations could build upon this model, using technology and human expertise to maintain safety, gather actionable intelligence, and prevent illicit activities without unnecessary escalation. By studying every element of the mission, agencies refined strategies that could be applied to similar complex operations nationwide. The ongoing challenge. Although the California bypass operation was successful, intelligence showed that the network remained adaptive. Shadow operator and associated coordinators adjusted communication methods, altered routes, and sought to exploit new gaps in surveillance. This underscores that enforcement is an ongoing process, requiring vigilance, collaboration, and continuous adaptation. The operation demonstrated that safety-focused intervention, coupled with precise intelligence, can neutralize sophisticated networks, protect communities, and gather actionable evidence. It also highlighted the need for continuous innovation in technology and tactics to stay ahead of highly adaptive criminal networks. A testament to coordination. Operation Iron Meridian exemplified the power of combined agency efforts, advanced technology, and disciplined human execution. Every participant, from analysts to field agents, contributed to a successful outcome that emphasized prevention, documentation, and ethical enforcement. This collaborative model provides a blueprint for addressing future challenges posed by highly organized, technologically adept networks. The operation also reinforced public confidence in the careful, measured, and professional methods used to maintain safety and uphold the law, proving that complex, high-risk scenarios can be managed responsibly without resorting to unnecessary violence. A continuing story. Even after the operation, monitoring continued. Field stations, drones, and tracking systems remained in place, ready to detect any signs of renewed activity. Intelligence units analyzed data streams for indications of route adjustments, communication shifts, or preparatory activity for new operations. This ongoing vigilance ensures that networks cannot simply re-establish themselves without detection, highlighting the importance of persistence, adaptability, and interagency coordination. Each success builds toward a larger strategy, preventing illicit distribution, protecting communities, and ensuring that public safety remains the top priority. The story of Operation Iron Meridian is thus not just about a single night, but about sustained, intelligent, and humane enforcement in complex environments.